Okay, this is actually a little detour from the normal stuff I've been doing, the Salesforce stuff. I have been really focusing on security a lot lately, cybersecurity, and I really wanted to kind of unpack the multi-factor authentication process. And I know we typically use tools for this, but when you break it down into code and you do it, whatever coding language you want to choose, it really gives you an understanding of how multi-factor works and how it could fail. And the most important thing here is to see how, it could fail, or it could be breached, and then you have to kind of unpack it. And if you're just using a tool and you don't really know how it works, then you really can't unpack it. So I did a basic program here just to kind of show how multi-factor authentication works at a very basic level. So the first thing I did was I stored a password. So the password here, we're just going to store the password 1, password 2, and those are the values. I mean, this is a local environment, so this is nobody can use that against me because they're not unique. They're just for example. But what we do then is we hash the passwords, and we use SHA-256, which is the standard right now, a secure standard, and we store them in a dictionary. So then I will run a method called getUser, which basically are just two inputs that ask for a username and password. It'll then hash the password and match it later when we run the program. It'll match it against the stored password, the stored hash that we have. We're going to generate a random number, which is what we're going to send. That's the second authentication method. We're going to send a random number to the user via email, and in this program I'm only going to print it and just show it to you in the console, in the terminal. But in real life, we would actually send an email, and I did configure the email sending, but I'm not going to do it that way here. I'm just going to print it out. We also hash that random number so that it's secure in transit. And we do, okay, there's the send number, and here's where we ask for the random number, and there's a comparison where we compare the hash number with the input so that we can make sure that what the user provides is the correct number. So here's the main method, and let's go ahead and run it. So there's the hash. I actually printed the hash because I was doing some testing earlier, but that's not really going to matter. I could always remove that from the program. So let's go ahead and enter the username, which is user1, the password, all right, so the password is a matching hash, and I printed that as well because that's when I was testing earlier. Obviously I would remove those from an actual program, and I would store them in the database, and they would not be accessible. So okay, so the first factor is authenticated. That's username and password, and then it sends me the one-time password. This is intended to be sent via email, so all we got to do is put in that, and there we go. The second factor is authenticated and the program ends. So that's a simple version of multi-factor authentication in Python using the one-time password method. And thanks a lot for watching. Have a good one. Bye.